I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hello, it is Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making some more resin hearts using some jade diction for our demolding. I am spraying alcohol in the mold before pouring the resin because that helps with eliminating some of those bubbles that get trapped to the bottom of the mold. I did mix my resin off camera just to save time on the video. You typically mix part A with part B and then mix for 5 minutes until everything is clear. So what I'm doing is pouring some of this resin into the mold halfway. I want to make sure that it is not completely filled because I am going to go in with some alcohol inks. And today we are going to be attempting to make some heart feathers or a bloom feathery mold. I'm not quite sure of the official name for this technique. I believe it's called feathering or the swirl technique. That's what I'm going to be doing. The swirl technique. So I am going to be using less resin alcohol ink to complete this look. And the colors I am going to be using is red, peach red, and magenta. Now, I forgot to put the top back on and I went to shake this alcohol ink and it went everywhere. And now my mold is stained because I can't get that alcohol ink out of it. However, it doesn't affect any pores on my resin. So it don't leave a stain on the resin. It just leaves a stain on the mold, if that makes sense. So I can still reuse the mold and it doesn't affect any of the other pieces. So what I'm doing is going in and dropping 1 drop of each color into the resin mold. Now, it was at this point that I realized I might have did something wrong because typically when you pour the alcohol ink into the resin, it spreads out. But mine wasn't doing that. So I knew right off the top as soon as I drop this alcohol in this resin that it ain't doing what I'm used to seeing it's supposed to do. Now, that could be a number of reasons because to achieve this look, your resin have to be at a certain thickness and temperature. And I think that's where I went wrong with this particular resin. I don't think I let it sit enough or get hot enough for that alcohol ink to spread. I'm definitely gonna try it again to see. And that's the one thing when it comes with resin. You see how that one at the top spread it a little bit? All the rest of them was supposed to do that. And that didn't even spread as much as it's supposed to spread. So I was totally confused as to what I did wrong. But I did not let that stop me. I continued on because I figured, trust the process. I'm going to trust the process. So I did let this sit for a few minutes, I think about 5 minutes, and I realized you're supposed to go in immediately after you drop the color, you go in immediately and put in the white. But I wanted it to spread, and so I figured let me wait a little bit to see if it spread. It didn't. It did the opposite. It shrunk and got smaller. So I said, okay, well, let's just go in with the white. And I am putting 1 drop of white in each color. So wherever I put a drop of color, I'm going on top of that and applying a white drop. And this is a single white. And so it's supposed to help that color sink deeper into the mold. It 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 did something. It did something. We don't say that. And at this point, I'm still telling myself, just trust the process. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't get discouraged. Because I was really discouraged and frustrated because as much videos that I watch, ain't nobody technique went the way mine did. I was just like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I also realized not everybody show their fails or the process that it took for them to master that technique. And so this is my first time. So we just gonna go with it. So because it didn't spread like I wanted it to, I'm now going in with the white dots and just applying that into those negative spaces to help fill it in. Now, in order to achieve this look, you do have to let this sit for 1 hour before going in to apply the swirls. Now, one of the tips that I would give you as well as myself in moving forward if you try to achieve this look, You do not want to do too many swirls, like especially what I did. I was just in there having a good old time, just swirling the day. What happens when you do that is that your colors start to blend together and get muddy, and so you're not going to get the effect that you're looking for. You're just gonna have a big muddy mess as your end result. So one of my takeaways is don't do too many swirls. And to avoid bubbles, you want to make sure that every time you bring your silicone or whatever you're using to create the swirl, every time you bring that out of the resin, you need to wipe it off. And so that's what I am trying to remember to do, is continuously wipe off the silicone pen pencil that I'm using every time that I bring it out. So I'm going to repeat this step, making different designs. I'm not going to do swirls on all of them. And it doesn't have to be swirls. You can make any design you want. Like on this one, I just made some lines, and that was pretty solid and came out with a cute feather look as well. So once that first layer has been completely cured, I am going in with my Silver Bell holographic glitter, and I'm going to fill in the back with the glitter. Now, I didn't have enough to fill all of them in, but I did the majority of them. So now I'm going in. I was trying to be a little proactive because at the end I'm going to apply these bezel pendants to the back of them to make them keychains. So I thought to myself, why not put it in while the resin is still curing and it'll give it a more solid hold. Nope, don't do it because it slid deeper into the mold. Like I couldn't get it to stay just where I wanted it, and it kept moving and it kept sinking into the resin, and it was getting on my nerves. So I spent at least 20 minutes just trying to get these pieces to stay where I wanted them to stay. And at the end of the day, applying it with resin or UV resin once it fully cured, it's way easier. So I was trying to be proactive, but it ended up getting on my nerves. So I probably won't be doing this anymore. So this is the final results. I'm gonna let you sit in while I demold each of these pieces. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far in the video, I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. To my return subscribers, thank you so, so much for your continued support. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Until the next time, bye bye.
what a wonderful world.